Good evening, all. I am Assistant Professor Swati Divtankar from Department of Computer Science. First, I would like to thank Dr. Sangeeta Shinde Madam, Vice Principal of Sarhad College of Arts, Commerce and Science, for giving me this opportunity. So today we are here for the Faculty Development Program on Activity Management. We know that we are taking different activities and competitions for overall growth of the students. But in today's FDP, we are going to see how to manage those activities and how to fit those activities according to NAAC criteria. So let's start with today's presentation. As we know that the criteria 1, 2, 5 and 7 focuses on curricular aspects, teaching, learning and evaluation, student support and progression, and institutional values and best practices respectively. So in order to make your activities or in order to identify the type of your activity in which criteria it will be fitted, we have to go for type of activities or competitions that we are taking, under which criteria it is fitting. So various competitions and activities we will go through it. So first criteria number 1. Under criteria 1, we have value added course, we have add-on course, certificate course, workshop and parent teacher meet. The activities that you are conducting for all these parameters will come under criteria 1. So we will go through these activities one by one in detail. First is value added course. So what is value added course? This is the course which is used to develop the students' own skills in their chosen field of the study. It is the professional course. We have to design the syllabus for the value added course. The duration of the value added course is 30 hours. And from each department, it is expected that 2 value added course should be conducted. So this value added course comes under criteria 1. Now we will go for the next point, that is add-on course. Add-on course is nothing but it is the extension to the syllabus. It is an enrichment program. We have to design the syllabus for add-on course. Per day, you have to take 2 to 3 hours. So in add-on course, you have to design the syllabus as per the requirement and you have to take 2 to 3 hours per day. And from each department, 2 add-on courses are expected. Now the next point is certificate course. Certificate course is conducted to enhance the employability skills of the students. In case of a certificate course, the student should get the authorized certificate by the institute or the MOU. The syllabus is designed by MOU as per requirement. And the duration will be 15 days, that is for 30 hours, or 1 month. 2 certificate courses are expected from each department. So this is the one of the example shown here for the certificate course of Tally. And we have the MOU with CCA, and this is the authorized certificate that is given by that CCA Academy. Now the next point is bridge course. Bridge course is basically conducted to bridge the gap. It is arranged for the fresh undergraduate students. The duration of the bridge course is 15 days. Now, for the course FY BBA and FY BBA CA, many students from science background are enrolled. So in case of a FYBBA and FYBBA-CA, it is expected to conduct the bridge courses for the subjects mathematics, accountings and economics. Now the next point is workshop. Workshop is conducted to explore the learning opportunities. We have to identify first the objective of the workshop. Workshop will be combination of theory lecture and hands-on training. So we have to conduct the 2 days workshop, 2 hours per day. In first day, the theory lecture we can conduct, and for the second day, the demo or hands-on training will be conducted. From each department, 2 workshops are expected. Now the next point from the criteria 1 is parent-teacher meet. So we take the parent-teacher meet to have the communication between parents and teacher. So we have parent-teacher association. From each class, 2 to 3 parents as a representative are expected, and 1 activity per semester of parent-teacher association is expected. 2 parent-teacher meetings per semester are expected from each class. Now we will go for the criteria 2. So under criteria 2, we have different type of activities like participative learning, we have experiential learning, then problem solving methodologies, and we have to take the activities for academically weak students as well as for advanced learners. So we will go through it one by one. The first is participative learning. So here the students are participated in various activities and competitions. Student has passive roles, means they are only participating in different activities. The examples of participative learning are elocution competition, dialogue performance, then we have story narration, poetry reading competition, different seminars, group discussions. Then we have debate quiz competitions, essay competition, speech competition, poster presentation, guest lectures, etc. So all these activities and competitions are coming under participative learning. So per faculty, 2 activities are expected from this group. The next point is experiential learning. Experiential learning means students are learning through experience. So we can say that there will be hands-on learning under experience learning, or it is a type of active learning. The examples of experiential learning are workshops, laboratory awareness program, field visits, industrial visits, library visit, etc. Because through all these activities, the students are learning through experience. So under experiential learning, per faculty, 2 activities are expected. The next point from criteria 2 is problem solving methods. So finding the solutions for the defined different problems is nothing but problem solving methods. The examples for these activities are problem solving sessions. So basically for the subjects mathematics, statistics or electronics, we are conducting these problem solving sessions. Then question paper solving session. So university question paper solving session, these are coming under this point. Then case study analysis and mini projects. So here we are finding the solutions for different problems through these different activities. Therefore, these examples are coming under problem solving methods. So per faculty, 2 activities are expected. So under criteria 2, we have to take the efforts for academically weak students as well as for the advanced learners also. So for academically weak students, we have to do individual mentoring for their academic progress. Then we have to take the remedial sessions to improve their result. We have to take additional assignments and paper solving session for these students. Also, we have to take retest. Per faculty, 2 activities are expected for academically weak students. We have to conduct the sessions for advanced learner also. First, we have to identify the advanced learners from your class and we have to give the guidance and motivation to these students. We have to give the guidance for intercollegiate events or state national level competitions. Also, we have to motivate these students to attend the conferences and seminars. Guidance must be given to write the research papers and publication of research papers. And we have to motivate those students to use the e-resources. Per faculty, 2 activities are expected for advanced learners. Now we will go for the criteria number 5, which is student support and progression. Under criteria 5, we have different activities. We have soft skill activities, then language and communication skills, life skills, ICT computing skills, career counseling sessions, remedial sessions, bridge courses, competitive exam guidance, alumni and student council activities. Then we have placement activities, personal counseling or mentoring, and different sports and cultural activities. So all these different types of activities are coming under criteria 5. So we will go through it one by one. There are the capacity building and skill enhancement initiatives that we have to take, which will come under criteria 5. These are soft skills. We have to improve the soft skills of the students like communication skill or leadership skill, decision making skill, etc. And for that purpose, we have to conduct the different sessions or guest lectures for the students. Then we have to improve the language and communication skill. So it is very important, language and communication skills. Then we have the third point, that is life skills. So under life skills, the activities like yoga and meditation sessions or physical fitness and health and hygiene sessions, they are coming. Then we have the ICT or computing skill. So these different types of activities are coming under capacity building and skill enhancement initiatives. So here we can conduct the different session or guest lectures or different activities to overall improvement of the skills of the students. So 2 activities per department are needed here. Then we have the capability enhancement schemes and programs under criteria 5. We have to conduct the career guidance sessions, then different placement activities, competitive exam guidance, and alumni and student council activities. So 2 activities per department are expected from the capability enhancement schemes and programs. Here we can have the career guidance sessions from the alumni or from the parents also. We can conduct the different placement activities, different competitive exam guidance sessions, and different student council activities also. Under criteria 5, we have some performance improvement skills also, like remedial sessions, bridge courses, then personal and group mentoring, and sports and cultural activities. So for academically weak students, already we are conducting it under criteria 2, but it is coming for criteria 2 as well as for criteria 5, that is remedial sessions and personal and group mentoring. Sports and culture activities we can conduct, which will come under this criteria 5. Now we will go for criteria number 7. Under criteria 7, we can take the activities for gender equity, for human values and ethics, then initiatives for providing inclusive environment. We can celebrate the different national and international days, events and festivals. So different gender equity programs and sensitization programs we can conduct under criteria 7. Examples are poster making, sketching, rangoli competition, speech competition, poem writing and essay competition. Per department, 2 activities are needed. The next point is human values and ethics. Here we can conduct the different activities like social awareness campaign, then we can have tree plantation activity and Swachhata Shapath, etc. Now there are initiatives for providing inclusive environment under criteria 7. For example, we can conduct the activities like we can have the activities for plastic free campus, green Ganesh festival, tree plantation, etc. We can celebrate the different national and international days, events, festivals under criteria 7 like birth anniversary and death anniversary of the great leaders. Then we have celebration of national days and festivals. For example, National Youth Day, National Unity Day, Anti-Corruption Day, No Plastic Day, No Tobacco Day, etc. So from this also 2 activities are expected per department. So this is about the different criteria and under which criteria which activity or competition should be included. Whenever you are deciding the type of activity, then you have to decide the level of activity also. The different levels that you can mention for your activity are class level, inter-department means the activity is conducted between 2 departments. Intra-departments means of the same department in the various classes the activity is conducted. Then college level, intercollegiate level, university level, national level and international level.